What's with the new iris scanner? Can I still put the S Pen in backward? What happened to 6? You've got Galaxy Note 7 questions, we've got the answers. Hello from Times Square in New York City. I'm Michael Josh, and you're watching Gadget Match. We're here for the launch of Samsung's latest productivity phablet. Let's get right to it. This is our Samsung Galaxy Note 7 hands-on. Before we start, let's get one important thing out of the way. Why Note 7 and not Note 6? Reps from Samsung tell us officially the whole naming change is to achieve a more consistent branding among its yearly flagships. In the case of 2016, you've got the S7, S7 Edge, and Note 7. One number, little to no confusion, that's a good thing. The Note 7 has big shoes to fill. In many respects, it's a bigger version of the S7, the gold standard among 2016 smartphones. But there's also much more about the Note 7. Let's start with the obvious, the iris scanner, the headline feature everyone will be talking about. Samsung isn't the first company to put an iris scanner on a phone, but they're probably the first to do it right and to do it well. Here's how it works. Up front, to the left of the Samsung logo, is the iris scanner. To set it up, keep your phone 25 to 35 centimeters away from your face. Open your eyes wide and look into the scanner. A scan is made and kept. When you want to unlock the phone, swipe up from the lock screen. The scanner will glow red. On top of the display, there will be 2 circles. Align your eyes with the circles, and once the scanners detect your iris, the phone will unlock. If done correctly, it should unlock in a split second. And you don't have to hold your phone to your eye level. It will also work by just looking down at your phone. Let's see that again. Swipe, scan, unlock. Samsung says just like the fingerprint sensor, the iris scanner should work with any app that lets users complete secure tasks using biometrics. Speaking of the fingerprint sensor, it's still there and can be used interchangeably to unlock the smartphone. The iris scanner works best when you don't have glasses or contacts on and doesn't do so well in bright sunlight. It may be the most subtle of changes, but we think the design of the Note 7 is its most important feature. The phone has a dual-edge display, meaning like the Galaxy S7 Edge, it has a curved display on both sides. And nope, there won't be a non-curved model. It's a brave move by Samsung and their way of saying curved displays are here to stay and may soon be the norm. Unlike the S7 though, the curves are a bit steeper. It's the same way when you turn the phone around. It's a very minor adjustment that makes a world of difference. One of my biggest complaints about the S7 Edge is while it is hands down one of the sexiest phones this year, sometimes when you grip the phone, your hands kind of rub against the display, triggering some unintended actions. This was not the case during our time with the Note 7. Design and ergonomics-wise, Samsung has hit a home run. They've been trying for 3 years, and we think they've finally nailed curved phone design. Overall, the design is seamless. You can't tell where the display meets the frame. And because of the slight curves, it feels like the display has no bezels either. The Note 7 combines what we love about the S7 and the S7 Edge's design. It's the perfect balance between the two. But the small design changes don't stop there. Samsung is using the toughest type of aluminum alloy and the new Gorilla Glass 5, which should save your phone from drops from as high as 1.5 meters 80% of the time. Which is good to know because glass in front and on the back runs you twice the shatter risk. Like the rest of Samsung's 2016 flagships, the Note 7 is water and dust resistant also. The first time we've seen this feature on a Galaxy Note. All exposed ports are protected, even the cavity where you store the S Pen. Which, speaking of, in case you need to scribble a note in the rain, should work no problem. The display works when wet. Oh, and just in case things get too wet, the phone has a way of warning you to give it some time to dry before plugging it in. Let's talk about the S Pen some more, one of the Note's defining features. Last year, Samsung made the S Pen retractable. This year, they've improved the nib, making it thinner, which allows for more precise strokes when you're sketching or even just taking notes. Samsung says it's made other tweaks like more pressure sensitivity to really mimic the experience of writing with pen and paper. Samsung is also streamlining its note-taking apps. Action Memo, S-Note, and Scrapbook are all now one app called Samsung Notes. In it, you can type or scribble notes, draw or paint, paste image cutouts, and record voice notes. When you eject the S Pen, you bring up a feature called Air Command. Let's start with Smart Select. Before, you could make rectangle, lasso, and oval cutouts. Now you can make animated GIFs. To do that, go into Gallery. Let's pick that other video over there. Click on the circle to adjust the frame. Drag these corners to adjust some more. Play the video. You've got to do that first. Click Record. And then stop. There you go. We have an animated GIF. Air Command has 3 new tools. Translate, which does as its name implies. Magnify text, which lets you magnify objects on the screen all the way up to 300%, and Glance, which lets you keep an active app floating as a little thumbnail on your screen. You hover over the thumbnail with your S Pen to bring it up, which is perfect if you need to occasionally glance at one app while working on another. Oh, and we just couldn't resist, so we tried, and the answer is nope. You can no longer put the stylus in backward. The Note 7 camera is exactly the same one that's on the S7, and if you're wondering, that's a great thing. The camera interface looks the same, but now you can swipe up or down to switch between front and back cameras. Swiping to the left brings up live filters, and swiping to the right, camera modes. Autofocus speeds are fast, as you can see here, and resulting images are great. Here's how they fare side by side with last year's model. Photos are consistently good, even in low light. You'd be hard-pressed to find a smartphone camera that can take better photos. Selfies look great too. We didn't get a chance to shoot any video yet, but the Note 7 can shoot both 4K and high dynamic range video. Like the S7, the interface on the Note 7 is a much refined and restrained version of TouchWiz. It still runs Android Marshmallow. There's not a lot of bloatware, although that may change depending on your market and carrier. The biggest change is from the drop-down quick settings panel. It's minimalist, but functionality has been expanded. You can adjust settings without having to ever leave the panel. While we're here, there's also a new setting adjustment called the blue light filter that adjusts screen color to help reduce eye strain, especially at night. The settings menu is also redesigned. It's much simpler, a far cry from TouchWiz of say 2 to 3 years ago. There's a feature called device maintenance that can clear memory usage, among other tricks to speed up performance. Always on display, one of the new features of the S7, is also available on the Note 7. There are now new options for customizing the way always on display looks. You can also now pin your screen off memos, notes you scribble when the display is off, to the always on display. Third-party notifications will also now appear on the always on display, making it more useful. For those spec-obsessed, here's a look at the Note 7 spec sheet. Just minor improvements over last year. 64 gigabytes of storage is now the default option, and if that's still not enough, you can pop in a 256 gigabyte micro SD card. Yes folks, micro SD card support is back on the Note. Battery capacity has increased by 17%, but quick charge speeds remain the same, so the Note 7 will take longer to charge than the Note 5. One big change that may inconvenience users but was bound to happen is the phone's new USB Type-C port. The Note 7 will ship with a USB-C to micro USB adapter. But it breaks compatibility with the original Gear VR. But Samsung is making a new USB Type-C version that's also backward compatible with other Galaxy flagship phones. The 5.7-inch Quad HD Super AMOLED display is the same too, except that it now supports HDR video content like many high-end TVs. As always, colors pop, are rich and vibrant. The Galaxy Note 7 begins its global rollout this August. It will be available in black, silver, gold, and a two-toned blue and gold version. Like the Batman S7 Edge, the black Note 7 will be all black instead of black and gray. So, is the Galaxy Note 7 your gadget match? It's too early to make a recommendation, but from what we've seen thus far, Samsung has a winner in their hands. Price will be a big factor in the end, but if you're looking for a phone that has it all, this has got to be it. If you're torn between the S7, S7 Edge, or Note 7, size is one consideration. If you like smaller phones, get the S7. If you like big screens, get the Note 7. Between the S7 Edge and the Note 7, we get the Note 7. It has the same edge screen functionality, and you get an S Pen if ever you need one. If you've been holding out on that upgrade because of missing micro SD card support, hold out no more. And if you have last year's model but are still tempted, we say definitely consider it. While the Note 5 is still a very capable phone, the bigger camera, weatherproofing, and updated design on the Note 7 may just be worth it. We'll be putting the phone through its paces and we'll be posting a review soon, so let us know what you'd like to see by leaving a message in the comments section below. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, and if you're watching for the first time, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, follow Gadget Match across social media, and make it a point to visit GadgetMatch.com daily. From here in New York City, I'm Michael Josh. Thanks for dropping by.